Eliza stared at the old map. Tonight was the night of the annual school camping trip, and her group had to find the hidden flagpole before midnight. It was a serious competition, and her team, the navigators, must win. We can follow the riverbank, suggested Tom. It seems like the easiest route. Mia shook her head. No, the map says we must not cross the Whispering Woods. It's forbidden. We have to stick to the path. Eliza pointed to a blurry section. But look, if we went through the woods, we would say almost an hour. Do you think we could take a shortcut just this once? No one will ever know. Tom looked nervous. If Mr. Jensen finds out, we will be disqualified. We made it clear we must obey all the rules. We don't have to risk getting in trouble. Mia agreed. Exactly. We could try the mountain path, even if it's harder. We can still make good time if we hurry. Suddenly, they heard a rustling sound. A small, anxious rabbit darted out of the forbidden woods. It looked hurt. Oh no, Eliza whispered. We can't just leave it. Mia put a hand on Eliza's arm. We have to focus on the game. No, Eliza insisted. Rules are important, but sometimes helping is more important. We must take it to the first aid station. Tom sighed. Okay, we could bandage its leg quickly, but then we have to run back to the main trail. We can't afford any more delays. They quickly and carefully helped the rabbit. By the time they resumed their journey, they knew they wouldn't win the competition. But as they raced through the night, they all secretly agreed that finding the flagpole was secondary. They hadn't crossed the forbidden woods, but they had chosen the better path. Welcome to our new grammar topic, Modals III. First, we have can and could. We use them to ask for or give permission. Can is common for general or informal request. Could is more formal and polite. Then, the modal have to is used to talk about external obligations, rules or necessities imposed by others, by a law, a rule, a schedule. The modal must is used for obligation when it is internal, when the speaker feels it is essential or very important, or prohibition, used with must, not, or mustn't, to say something is forbidden or against the rules. We use the modal would to talk about imaginary or hypothetical situations, often with the conditional tense in a second conditional structure. It is also used to make polite offers or requests. And now we have the grammar structures. We have the subject, the modal verb, the verb in base form, and the complement. In this example, we have you can leave early today. You could visit your family later. We have the interrogative and the negative form. Remember, we use can and could for permission. And now we have the grammar structure for would. The first part is the if condition. And then we have the subject plus would plus the verb in base form plus the complement. Example, if I were rich, I would travel around the world. If I were younger, I wouldn't neglect my health. If you could, would you date him again? Remember, would is used for imaginary situations. The grammar structure for must. We need the subject, the modal verb must, the verb in base form plus a complement. I must remember her birthday. They must try a new restaurant. You must tell her the truth soon. You must save money this month. The last one, the grammar structure for have to or has to. We need the subject have to or has to plus the verb in base form plus complement. We have to study for the exam. She has to wear a uniform at work. Do we have to memorize this information? Does your iPad have to be turned off daily? We don't have to wait for a long time. He doesn't have to know our secret. Final recommendations. Use could when speaking to an adult or someone you don't know. It shows respect and good manners. Remember to change have to has for he, she, or it. Must not is much stronger than don't have to. Thanks for watching.